defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Second down, gonna throw it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on third and long. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Brought down inside the 15, mark it at the 14-yard line. Now a fourth down decision to be made by this offense. And the Hoosiers are threatening in the red zone. Looking for the edge. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on fourth down does not work.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice. Getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you've got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry about it.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay. Because when that guy's playing well, this offense is on fire.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Third and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Takes the handoff. It's Simon. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
And they'll get the punt out of there, and it'll be marked down just outside the opponent's 45. back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
The Hoosiers right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Drops back on first down. Gets rid of it. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Sees a crease. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone. It'll be first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And the Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. Run in the red zone, it's Hawkins. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And that quarterback knew the counter run was going to work on that play because he counted the box defensively before the snap. He saw that he had an advantage in numbers and blockers getting a hat on a hat, so he knew that was a green light. As soon as he got the snap, off they go, and it's an explosive play.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Fighting off the defender. They were all over it.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And he puts through the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
And the Longhorns will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. The coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over.
Got a lot of room to the right. The 20. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Into the end zone with a breakaway score. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And he tacks on the extra point.
Indiana 14, Texas 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running inside, it's Simon. The defense there to make the stop, and he barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keep it on the ground. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Third down from the gun, Manning throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. Stepping to the right. He's going to run it. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. From the gun, it's Hawkins. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. He's piled up 87 yards rushing already. You want to talk about establishing the running game. They're doing that in the season opener. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. He'll pull it down. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Trying to squeak through the pile. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in third and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on third down.
The Hoosiers will have it first and 10. Now they're going to throw it. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
And the Hoosiers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Leaves it with the back. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard, and that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on.
Makes the grab and room to run. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. They've got to cap this off now with a touchdown, cut into their opponent's lead.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Rushes on. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. To throw, Manning. Looking to the big tight end. Nice play to knock that one down.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good at zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Gets open down the middle. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Longhorns go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Straight ahead, it's Simon. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing Manning. A shot toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. Got his man. Made a defender miss. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
He'll take it himself.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Able to pick up a couple on 1st down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Long way to go on 2nd down. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. The Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10.
Here we go, ready. Wide, 53, go!
Fresh center downs going to the air. Back's got it on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And we've seen this offense, man, that they've featured the running game, and he's done a good job of making plays, breaking tackles, being a big part of it. Now, what do? Try to slide this in there, make it look like a little bit of run, slow down those linemen that go upfield really fast, slip it to him, try to make a big play. But to me, it's more about just trying to give this guy the ball in space so he can do more damage.
And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Hits inside, it's Hawkins. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. The short hands, it's shot. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Timeout taken by the Hoosiers. They cannot stop the clock again. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. 2nd and long here. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his man. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Ball's at the for a field goal. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Looking for room, it's Simon. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. The give. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. On the draw, it's Simon. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the book, 10 time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's lead off with the Nevada Wolfpack taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. And it's the Wolfpack looking to get the job done on the road. Right now it's early, but they lead this season opener. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw one first. Caught in the backfield. It's Barker. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. They're all over it. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Left side is shot. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
The Hoosiers look to keep this drive humming. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
With a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. A designed run for the quarterback. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's 1st down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. The handoff breaks into the open, inside the 10, and he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick, but the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
And the Hoosiers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Indiana! And the punishment has been extended.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they want. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. They march 72 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field.
Wide 33. Booster, booster. Go, go.
Here's Manning to throw. Out wide right, it's Winston. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
To the air, it's Manning. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And, man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
3rd and long right here. Hart's going to spin it again. Right down the middle. He's got it. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
And the fan bases in the South, they're pretty crazy. They're pretty psychotic. They follow recruiting. They follow the transfer portal. And they've been following this cat right here. Like, big-time receiver, joining this league, joining your team. Expectations, Palmer, they're high. And you see why on that play. Dude's got some skill.
Yeah, he's big time, man. Listen, I'm not going to say this guy was flying under the radar before, but now he's going to become a household name. playing wide receiver in the SEC. This is a conference that not only pumps guys into the NFL, people win Heisman trophies playing wide receiver in this conference, and this team thinks this guy's got an opportunity to be there in New York at the end of the year.
3rd and long coming up. Changing the routes with his receivers. Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. Trying to get behind the defense. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. This time they'll throw it. Here comes the heat. And they got it.
I got to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense contain this quarterback the way this defense has in this game today. Multiple sacks. They have been so disruptive. Multiple guys up front, winning their one-on-ones. You got to give the D coordinator a ton of credit. He has dialed up the perfect plays in the perfect moments, and they have made this guy's life a living nightmare today.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Time to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
The Hoosiers will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. One final play before the end of the quarter. Quick give. It's Simon. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza.
Here we go.
madness. Unloads to the wideout. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw